doing now, you beautiful people, you? Okay, so lots been going on with this whole Joe Rogan thing. So I typed in, use the Bing searching. Where'd my thing go? What am I looking for? Washington Examiner is infected with ads. So we're going to go and do this the way I like to do it and clean everything up here. Now, oh boy, they screenshotted Joe Rogan. Golly, dude. I mean, he looks like how Curly from the Three Stooges would look if they weren't slapstick and were actually slapping. All right, so this one's interesting. God, it's interesting. White House calls on tech platforms to be vigilant amid Joe Rogan controversy. The White House weighed in on Joe Rogan's Spotify controversy on Tuesday. What is the controversy? What is the controversy? Is Neil Young? That's it. Neil Young's like, oh, I don't like his thoughts. He misthinks. I just saw a thing on Twitter. Every time you see the term misinformation, replace it with the term wrong think, and it'll make more sense to you. So, Neil Young, has anybody ever taken this guy serious? I mean, even in the 60s, nobody took him serious. I mean, he's just. Oh, I mean, how did folk music ever make it? It's like bluegrass. It's heinous. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Bluegrass people, man. I've just lost anybody who ever has uh, uh, bought anything bluegrass. If you bought a bluegrass pick, those people think they're bluegrass to the end, and they will hate me, and they will light up the comments, and I will have voodoo hoax, what's this? Hex. Voodoo hex put upon me for not liking bluegrass, but it's awful. The blues, awesome. Bluegrass, awful. You should mow the grass. Anyway, it's why is Neil Young famous? But anyway, so this is the controversy. Anyway, the White House though is calling on all major tech platforms to be responsible and vigilant about presenting accurate information about COVID-19. This is not a COVID-19 post. Do not listen to it if you think it is one. It has nothing to do with COVID-19. It has nothing to do with anything except for the White House. This is my freedom of speech, talking about politics, and it's yours too. Freedom of speech is the right to listen to what you want to listen to. Calling on all major tech platforms to be responsible and vigilant about presenting. Okay. I'm not saying this is true. Excuse me. Let me take this back. I'm not saying this is applicable. However, communism, the economic model of communism is they tell people what to buy, how to spend your money, how to spend your time, all this stuff. The economic platform of fascism. Excuse that in the background. That's my puppy. He has the worst case of itchy skin. I feel bad for him, and the only thing that he likes is snow. So anyway, the economics of fascism is the government tells business what to sell. So that's the difference there. Instead of controlling individuals, which that's got to be pretty hard, you just control what they can buy, what they can buy. I mean, it's easier. It's that way the individual still feels like they have the freedom of choice. Their natural instinctions of free will are not violated to them. However, it's just as bad. Just as bad. So all this other stuff about them trying to say like fascism and trying to relate to like nationalism and races and all stuff. No, fascism as an economic model. It's all it is. It's an economic model. Communism is an economic model. and how they're implemented are the various other things. Remember, fascism is the government telling business how to operate. Rogan has become a center of controversy after musician Neil Young. Neil Young, please go out there and say something about the expert so I can be a center of controversy. I mean, if Neil Young, he doesn't have that power. He doesn't have the power. Spotify completely nipped us in the bud when they said, okay, fine, all your music's gone. Done. It was over with. So what's happening here? There's an agenda. Okay, you can see this is how agendas in politics play out. They continues to push the same thing, even though the controversy's been answered. It didn't allow the message to be squashed. So they just keep doing it. This was already pre-planned. They're doing it all over. Anyway, I'm sorry. We're just going to get through this because I've already figured out everything it's going to say, and I've told it to you. Rogan has become a center of controversy after Neil Young calls on Spotify to remove his podcast from the platform over his choice. You think Neil Young has made even $1 million off Spotify? Over his choice to interview anti-vaccine figures such as Dr. Robert Malone and Dr. Peter McCullough. I don't know who those guys are. Okay? I don't know if they are your doctor. I don't know if they're nobody's doctor. I don't know. I had nothing to do with this. I don't care about this. I am a survivor of the coronavirus. Before then, I was a survivor of the corona. And that is why you're supposed to have a Lyme. That's all I'm going to say with that. Spotify has since added a content advisory to Rogan's popular podcast. That's why Anchor is giving me that stupid advisory thing. Oh, you assholes! Sorry. But Biden administration press secretary, Peppermint Patty, was asked if the company should have gone further. Should they have gone further? Should they have gone further? It's not you're asking me an opinion. That's like asking me, do you like Charmin or do you like Angel Soft? It's an opinion. And you know what? Most opinions, they're wrong because they're not thought of. People just grab something and go with it. It's like, do you buy a Ford or a Chevrolet? Well, my dad drove Fords. My grandpa drove Fords. I'm going to buy a Ford. Do you even fit in the seats? No, I don't. They're the most uncomfortable seats I've ever sat in my life. But everybody in my family, I'm just a Ford guy. Well, that's stupid, okay? You need to do a you guy thing. Nothing against Fords or Chevrolets. I don't care. I don't drive either one. Our hope is that all major tech platforms and all major news resources for this Peppermint Patty, for that matter, be responsible and vigilant. Vigilant is what it's the root word of vigilante. To ensure the American people have access to accurate information on something as significant as COVID-19. Why do you call it by a nickname? Why don't you call it coronavirus 19? Anyway, coronavirus 2019. Don't call it by a nickname. I hate people. I hate lazy. That certainly includes Spotify. Oh, geez. Her last sentence there. Okay. So this is her. What was that statement she used to always say? Back around or something, reach around or something like that. I forget what she used to always say. Anyway, here's the thing. So it's like, this last sentence, that certainly, that's pinpointing. That is a pinpointing word, includes Spotify. So the whole thing is she's attacking Spotify. She does this whole thing where you pay attention to communication. It's basic journalism. The headline, the first paragraph, the last paragraph. All the stuff in the middle, nobody cares about. That's why they have stuff like in there like white male, 36 years old. It doesn't matter how old the guy is or what color they are. If the guy's like, hey, dude jumped out of an airplane today and landed and became street pizza. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter he's 36 or 76. I mean, it's... Rogan has noted he schedules all his guests and often tries to bring a variety of doctors to get different perspectives. Oh, geez. Wow, balance. Huh. What are those scales that woman holds, that sword and that blindfold? Oh, justice. Balance. Huh. While many people would note Rogan's decision to host figures such as Malone and McCullough, I really thought those were basketball players. Rogan has, and every time I see Rogan, I want to say Rogaine. I know it's subliminal. I want to point out he had previously hosted CNN chief medical correspondent Dr. Sanjay Gupta, who is an jabroni. Okay, that guy. I was listening to the radio one day. It's like, this is Dr. Sanjay Gupta. I'm like, God, man, it's an awful sounding name. And he goes off on gun control. I was sitting here going, what the hell does a medical doctor have to do with gun control? I mean, dude, that's not it. You can't catch gun control. You can't get a virus from it. You can't get a bacteria from it. I mean, don't you have a microscope to be looking into somewhere or a stethoscope? I think those stethoscopes, I don't think they actually work anyway. I think they're a big ripoff. If you go look at them in Amazon, they're like freaking expensive. I think they price them that way just so the average person won't get them and call them out for a fraud. I'm joking. That was a comedy skit. Don't pay attention to me, social media platforms. All stethoscopes are scientifically proven to work and do scientific things. Don't listen to me. Despite the controversy, Rogan remains broadly popular. Oh, jeez. It's not a controversy. I haven't seen one thing that's a controversy so far. Neil Young said something, who is a ass, okay? Neil Young has always been an ass. He still hasn't apologized about his song Southern Man to guys from the South. So, I mean, that song came out a half century before I was born. I mean, what was it, 1930s, right? 1950s, maybe. I don't know. The guy, he was around before electricity. It's the only way he ever got laid. And, that's controversial. No. Hey, how about this one? Everybody who played at Woodstock is controversial. Despite the controversy, Neil Young now says something, and it makes somebody else controversial. I get through this. I apologize here. I'm going too long. So Rogan does his own scheduling. He has both sides on there of a debate. He just wants to learn more. He asks questions. He's the guy in the back of the class that raised his hand. And all of a sudden it's a controversy because they're like, well, wait a second here. That guy, he's a jock. He shouldn't be asking hard questions. How dare he? I mean, dude, this guy was the host of Fear Factor. He was accused, or him and Dane Cook had heat against each other. Dane Cook! I mean, my gosh, do we forget this that easily? Jeez. I'm saying that to say, I've never thought in the million years I'd ever be talking about Joe Rogan. Some chick, El Pasap. So Peppermint Patty went on to say, Spotify disclaimer is a positive step. It's a positive step. However, the administration, she speaks for everybody in the administration. That's what she's saying right there. Every single secretary, every department has their own press secretary. But the administration wants every platform to continue doing more to call out this mis and disinformation. What the hell's the difference between misinformation and disinformation? What did they mean by it? While also uplifting accurate information. What is accurate information? How do you uplift something? If it's accurate, it will naturally uplift itself. That is that's civil discourse. Civil discourse naturally brings accurate information to the forefront. Golly, did you just never read Socrates or Plato? I mean, this is simple stuff. She needs to read Adam Smith. She might know something instead of clipping out pictures of herself from Peanuts cartoons. That's pretty significant. We think it's something that unquestionably should be the basis of how people are communicating about it. It's the basis of how people, oh. It's never enough. That's what she says in the last sentence. Ultimately, our view is that the disclaimer is a good step. It's a positive step. That's 2 times I said it's a step. But there's more that can be done. Oh, jeez. Wouldn't you like to be? I mean, I wouldn't like to be. But could you imagine dating that chick? And you're like, well, babe, you know, that's a positive step there. But you could do more. Yeah. You know, I don't know, maybe get some pop rocks next time. Huh? Hey guys, don't forget to subscribe. If you like this stuff, it's fun, it's good, it's gnarly. Just I don't know. This is all just clown world stuff right now. I saw it and I was like, let's just do this. My content sucks right now because I'm at 2 hospitals and just going crazy. So remember, everybody's life is hard. Let's be good to each other. Smile. Tell somebody you love them, and tell a stranger you love them. See how that works. That sounded bad. That sounded bad. But seriously, like I want Jim Pisaki, Peppermint Patty. I love you. See, it's not hard to say that. Ah, oh, jeez. All right, guys. Till next time, you know the routine. Godspeed.